Okay, let's start. Welcome. This is James Green's English Classroom, and I host a class, an English class every day at the same time, 13 UTC, and it's a public call, so it's open to anybody who would like to come. It's also recorded and live streamed onto YouTube at James Green's English Classroom YouTube channel. My class is 1 hour, at least 1 hour, and then other teachers will teach. Schedule is different every day, and so if you want to know the schedule, you can join our Discord, Telegram, WhatsApp groups, or our Google Calendar, and I'll let you know what the schedule is each day. So for today, I'm going to be teaching my class. Then we have Siamak Joya teaching mixed level class. Then Ali Shafak teaching a beginner's class. And then we have 2 hours from Jeff Hernandez, who is doing intermediate advanced open conversation. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours of classes, meeting space to participate in. And so let's do mine. Let's start with mine, my 1 hour. I like to play an activity called the joining game, where we join on what we have in common. And if you haven't played it before, you'll see how it goes. It's pretty simple. You just speak to the group. When you're done, you say anyone else, and then the next person tells you what they heard you say to check their understanding. And then when they understood, then they go and they speak. So there's a few more things to it, but that's the basic idea. And let's see how it goes. So the floor is open. Let's join on what we have in common. If you'd like to speak, just say your name, where you're from, and speak to the whole group. Who would like to start?
Hello everyone, I'm Paimona from Afghanistan, and I think this is my 3rd or 4th time that I'm joining your class, and I'm really happy to participate in your class. Thank you.
Welcome, Paimana. From Afghanistan. This is this is what we do. This is what we do. We just come in, we say how we're doing. You could finish by saying anyone else, so people will know you're done. But great, welcome. Good to have you here.
Thank you, dear teacher.
Anyone else?
This is Ahmad. I would like to summarize Joya.
Your connection is poor. Ahmad, I'm going to mute you.
In this class.
Yeah, your connection is poor.
Poor? Really?
In and out. Now it's okay.
Now it's gay. Okay. I'll save it what I just said.
Go ahead.
I want to summarize Joya up. She had said that she had been in this class for the 4th time, and she's very happy to be in your class, Mr. Green. Is that what you said, Joya?
Yes, teacher.
She called me a teacher.
Yeah, Amans, maybe that's because you didn't. Anyway.
Sorry, my mean for Sir James Green.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
focus
Call me a
Amans.
teacher. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Amans, how do you feel about her calling you a teacher?
Feels well a bit funny, you know, because I'm not a teacher.
I think she was calling me a teacher.
Oh,
Yeah, teacher, there was a misunderstanding.
oh, he was calling you teacher.
Sorry
Okay.
to disappoint. Sorry to disappoint you, Amans.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, of course you're the teacher. Yeah, of course she's talking to you. Well, yeah. So I got the floor, and though for me, I've been in the class. I've been in this class like more than 100 times. I think I've been in 110 times in Mr. Green's class, and I'm also happy to be in here too. Anybody else?
Yes, this is Rania from Egypt. Hello, welcome back, teacher James. And really, it was happy to see you yesterday. Alhamdulillah, in good mood and good health. And I'm summarize Aman's. He listened.
You listened.
Yes. Aman said surprised because
Amans, you said.
Aman's surprised.
No, no. You see how you're talking about Amans, which is different than talking to somebody? When we connect with somebody, it's very difficult to connect with somebody when we don't talk directly to them.
I just wanted to summarize him.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Would you take in some feedback that I'm giving you? That you're talking about him in the third person rather than talking to him? Do you see the difference? Right. Everybody, Rania is not talking to Amans. Rania, you are not talking to Amans. Do you notice the difference?
Not clear for you.
Okay.
For me, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, teacher.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
I think if I'm talking about Aman, so I'm talking generally, in general, to all the group. I think that. Okay, I just wanted to summarize him. He's surprised. Aman's surprised for our friend calls him teacher, and he told her he always attend the Mr. James classes. Am I right, Aman?
Now, so there you switched. Hold on, Aman. See, do you notice now you switched and now you are talking directly to Amans?
Yes.
Okay, so you do know, excuse Rania, you do know how to talk directly to someone.
Yes, okay, now I got you, teacher. Okay, Amans, you said, I should start with that. Amans, you surprised because she calls you a teacher and you are happy. You are happy. And you told her that you are happy and interested in attending the every day the lesson with Mr. James. Am I right?
You're right. You got it right. You got the floor.
Okay, and for me and me too. I'm happy for attending every day. It's one of my favorite action during my day, actually. Yesterday, I enjoyed with teacher Peter very much for the phonics lesson. Actually, I was happy all the day. Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
Isn't he a great teacher? Peter.
He is a great teacher.
Peter's a
Actually,
great-
I had a lot of
He's very knowledgeable about linguistics.
yes, and phonics.
Yeah, well, phonics is part of phonology,
Yeah,
which
yes.
is
I had
one of the main disciplines of linguistics is phonology. Very serious topic.
Yes, that's right. Actually, I had a lot of information. Some of them were old for me, and
yeah.
others were others new for me. A lot of knowledge.
Phonology is a very difficult topic. He knows more about phonology than me. He is an expert in phonology.
Yes, he is. Okay. Anyone else?
Excuse me, James. Would you like to make me a co-host, please? Thank you.
Sure. So I made you co-host. Ronnie, you said anyone else? And I just want to remind people, if you want to talk, if you want to participate in the group, please do it in the voice. Because if you do it in the chat, it will be lost. If you want to say something, say it in the group. I would rather you interrupt what's happening in the voice than not interrupt and put it into chat. I don't want people to interrupt. I kind of want us to work together. But if you must speak, you cannot hold yourself back. I would rather you do it in voice rather than in chat. Over to you. Back to you, Rania, back to the group. And so as not to drop you, Rania, I think, Rania, you were saying that you also really enjoy being here, seeing me again, that I'm healthy, and just being back in the group. Did I miss something, Rania?
No, that's right.
Okay.
All is
Okay.
right.
Okay. I feel really good being here too. I love seeing everybody. Who else is happy to be here? Just happy to be here again.
This is Soron from China. I'd like to summarize Rani.
Yeah, go ahead.
Rani, you said you are enjoyable to participate in the James class every day, and you attend to the.
Solomon, hold on a second. You reminded me something important that I missed. Rania, you did a fantastic job taking in my feedback about talking about Amans versus talking directly to him. You took that feedback in and you reflected him directly talking to him. Good self-correction. Back to you, Solomon. Excuse me.
Okay. So you attended to the Peter's class yesterday. So you was very impressed with his teaching and was very happy. So, am I right? Rania, can you hear me?
All right. So over to you, Salam. Rania's not here. And again, this is one of the disadvantages of having our cameras off. It's quite difficult to join when somebody is not there. And
I'm here.
well, no, actually, you're not. See, there's a long delay, and that counts as not being here. That will totally change the way we interact. So I understand that people have different reasons for not being here or coming in and out. I also understand people have different reasons for having their cameras off, but I'm not talking about that right now. I'm just talking about the impact on us of not knowing if the person who we're talking to is there and then not getting a response. It will totally change. You know, we're creating the environment where joining is possible, and that will actively undermine it. Will make joining impossible. It'll change everybody's experience in the group. So, one thing you might do, if you can't turn your camera on and you can't be here consistently because you're cooking or taking care of children or whatever it is that's bringing you in and out, you might not say anyone else, because anyone else means I'm here and I'd like to be joined. But leaving means I'm not here and I'm not interested in being joined. And so it sends a contradictory message. We're not just using anyone else as a ritual. It's more than a ritual. Rituals have their place. Good morning, goodbye. They have their place. But I'm asking you to actually check if there's somebody else who's having your experience. And you can't do that if you're not here. So, back to you, Salman, Rania, the group, however you want to take this. Can somebody tell me what I said?
Can I say, teacher?
If
Can I
you're gonna,
summarize?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. First, there are another reasons for to close the camera and be muted myself, because a neighbor she comes to me.
No,
maybe,
no,
sudden.
no.
Yeah.
You're not. No,
Yes,
no,
it
absolutely
may
not,
happen.
Rania. No, you're not telling me what I said. Now you're going into your reasons for not being here.
Yeah. First, I give my reasons, and
No,
second, I
first you will
summarize.
not give your reasons first. Absolutely not.
Okay, you said, teacher, that this is the difference between you open the camera and not, because if you open the camera, so you are on the lesson, you attend, you concern. I mean, you concern on the lesson. You're ready for replying any time for any question. And if you aren't, because maybe you have a noisy of kids, your conditions aren't suitable for opening to attend the lesson. So opening the camera is like a sign for you are concerned on the lesson. You have every condition around you suitable for attending the lesson. Am I right?
You missed something important. I'm not talking about the symbolism. I'm not talking about the symbolism of opening your camera. I'm actually talking about the other side. Doesn't matter what it means to you to not have your camera on or for the reason, but I'm just talking about the simple impact on the person summarizing you. That when we summarize somebody and we check with them and we think we're talking to somebody, but they're not there, it impacts us differently than if we're talking to someone and they respond. And when people in this group talk, They're not just talking for themselves. They're actually working for the whole group because the 37 people are working along with them. So 37 people will have an experience that is like, huh, I'm talking to nobody. I thought I was talking to somebody. And so one way I'm suggesting to make it easier for us to join each other is if you're not able to participate consistently, is to own that. If you can't be here, okay. If you're moving in and out, okay. Then maybe don't say anyone else, because the meaning of anyone else is I'm here and I want other people to be here with me. Can you try to get that, Rania?
Yes, I get that.
Oh, what did
So-
you get? Yeah.
If I say anyone else, so I'm between you on the group and I follow. I'm waiting for the reply. Maybe we get in discussion about what I said. But if I'm not
Yes,
ready,
yes,
so
yes.
yeah, I shouldn't
Yes.
say anyone else.
Right, because it sends a mixed message to the group.
Yeah.
Noise. We've been talking about noise. I've been talking about noise a little bit more in Discord than Zoom. We've been talking about noise. One kind of noise is contradiction. And my job is to filter out contradiction, to remove contradiction. So that's what I'm doing right now. If you say, I'm here, but then you leave, that's a contradiction. And I want to point that out. All right. I think you got me well enough. Over to you, Rania.
Can I give my reason?
No, I know it's
Okay.
tempting. Here's the reason. Here now, I'm going to give you a reason. You can't give reasons. I can. The reason you can't give any reasons is because I'd like to see if you can join me. Because if you go into your reasons, it's going to take you away from. It's going to take the group in two different directions from what I said. Because we all have reasons for what we do. You know, from why we treat people kindly to why we kill somebody. We all have reasons.
Okay, teacher. Totally, I join with you. And no reasons, because you are totally right. Actually, I see that the hour I attend the lesson has great value for me and for the other friends. So I shouldn't lose.
Well,
I shouldn't.
in this, yeah, Rania, in
concern.
this, I might be talking too much, but people can tell me if that's true. But in this case, I believe you. I do think you see why we're here and the value of being here and the value of joining. I just want to make sure you're not going compliant, that you're not just agreeing with me. Because if you really want to disagree with me, that's okay. Just notice notice that it's a disagreement. Just own that. Just if it's a disagreement, just own it. Don't pretend like it's not a disagreement. That's all. So where do you want to go? Do you want to go with I had good reasons to leave? Or you know what? James is right. I don't want to leave. I want to be here. Which do you want to do?
I want to be in the group.
Okay.
In the meeting. Yeah. Okay.
You're in the group.
Yes, I'm in the group.
How does it feel to be in the group, working with me, talking to me?
Yes, teacher. I'm attending the meeting, and I put everything aside every day to attend the lesson.
Yeah,
honestly, I do.
Yeah, it's work to be here. You're
Yes.
arranging your life to make it possible to be here. It's not easy all the time.
Yes, all my all my actions on my lessons, classes I do with my students. So I order my day to attend the lesson every day with you. Okay. Anyone else? And I am here in the group.
And you feel,
I feel happy.
ah,
Yes, still happy.
ah.
Okay. Thanks for your patience.
Thank you for working with me.
Thank you. Thank you, teacher. Anyone else?
Don't want to drop you, Salam. I know we kind of broke in there. Did you want to come in? Are you in a different place, Salam?
Yeah, so I'd like, I have a question to James. So as I mentioned last week, I would like to know how can I improve my speaking English. As I said, sometimes I'm busy, so I can't join the meeting. So I don't have the opportunity to speak in English.
Okay. Well, you don't have to speak in English to improve your English. You don't have to speak in English to improve your spoken English. I don't know if you know that. Because when we learn something, I mean, the way language works is it's mostly an internal activity. So you can create some substitutes that are almost as good as speaking. They're not exactly the same, but if you're listening, for example, if you're listening to a recording of this class and you're listening to what people say and how they say it and when they say it, and you're taking that information in, you're learning how to speak.
So yeah, I can record this class, but it is not opportunity to speak.
Aha! There we got it. I love being Sherlock Holmes. I am like Sherlock Holmes. So you don't want to know how to learn how to speak. You want to complain about not being here. Totally different. Totally different. Now, let's try it. You're not here for whatever reason, right? We always have reasons. You're not here to speak. It might be your fault. It might be my fault. It might be the whole group's fault. We could blame people all day long, but you're not here as much as you want. And you're not speaking as much as you want. So you're not actually engaged in the process of changing that. That's just the fact. You want to have more opportunities to speak. But you don't want to know how to learn how to speak.
Hello.
Oh, hold on there, buddy. Salam, are you following me?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Okay.
Well, let's see. Let's see. Can somebody tell me what I said? Did somebody catch what I said? Right? Let me go over that again.
May I try?
Yeah, go ahead, Fatima.
Okay. Salam ask you about how said that he doesn't have the opportunity to join this meeting for improving his speaking, and you said that for improving your speaking, you don't need necessarily to attend this meeting, or it's not necessary to speak. You can listen to this meeting on YouTube, for example, or by listening, you can learn, because it's all internal activity that happen in our mind, and that's it. Kind of input output. You have to listen first, and then output will be speaking.
Right. And then one more, right? So that you got that, and then there's another piece. Do you need some help for the second piece?
Yes.
Another piece I missed?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
which is that when I told Salam that, he, instead of taking it in, which was an answer to his question about how he could learn to speak, instead of taking in the answer, he's disagreeing with me. He's just saying, well, I want to speak. I'm not speaking and I want to.
It's complaining again and again, and disagreement, and he doesn't want to know actually what's the solution that you give him now.
There again, don't take this personally, Salam. We all kind of get into this, but we ask a question, and somebody gives us an answer, and then we tell them, no, I wanted a different answer. Okay, well, if we want a different answer, that's kind of like we never asked the question. It was a fake asking of the question. We're setting somebody up. We could save ourselves some time by starting with answering our own question and saying, for example, I must have a chance to speak, otherwise I cannot learn a language. And then we could go from there, if that's the belief. Anyway, Fatima, thank you. So back to you, Salam.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
Maybe back to you, Fatima. Or to the group.
Yes, I said my opinion about speaking English, speaking for improving speaking. Then the input is listening first. We need to listen hours and hours, and then we automatically, spontaneously, we can speak, even if we don't speak. And for writing, also we need to read a lot, because reading is a kind of input, and the output will be writing. So and I want to add something that someone that I don't want Salam take it personally. I talk about myself or everyone. Maybe I want an answer that I have in my mind. I ask a question, and then I know the answer in my mind, and I expect that answer from you. That's why I repeat my question again, and I don't get the answer that the other person gives me, because I have my own answer, actually. It's different kind of question, I think. Sometimes we really don't know. Sometimes we think we don't know, but we know the answer. The answer for me is I have to participate, and I have to speak more and more here to improve my speaking. This is my answer, and I repeat my question again, and I expect this answer from the other people also. And if I don't get this answer, I imagine that I consider it I didn't get my answer, but it's not my own answer. Thank you. Back to the group.
One way out of that cycle of asking a question over and over again, one way to get out of that cycle is to check how you feel when you're asking the question. If you can distinguish between the feeling of curiosity and the feeling of frustration, you might notice if you have a feeling of curiosity when you ask a question, you might be more open to receiving something new, an actual answer. Whereas if you're just feeling frustrated, you might not be ready to take in an answer. And that's okay. You're frustrated because something is motivating you to change something, right? It's like, gosh, it's really frustrating to want to speak and not be able to and not know how. So, always useful. Check in with what you're feeling as you do something. It'll give you a clue.
There's Aman. I want to summarize Miss Fatima. She had said that
You said.
I said.
No, not you. I'm giving you language to use. When you speak to Fatima, say you said.
I'm sorry about that. Miss Fatima, you said don't take it personally, everyone in here. Well, sometimes when you ask the question to anyone in here, and you know, Mr. Fatima, you want the answer to be like the answer that you want it to be. Like the answer you want is not the answer that you're looking for when you had asked the question to anyone in here. And was it like that, Miss Fatima? Is that correct, what I just said?
Yes, true, correct, yes. Thank you.
That?
Good work,
True.
Amans.
Okay, thank you. I got the floor. Well, for me, I also have something like that happen in myself too. I also wanting to have an answer that is an answer that I want to. I mean, how do you say it? Like you, when I want to ask a question to someone.
Amans, I'm going to jump in, okay? Can I work with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have an example? It will be juicier.
Juicier.
Yeah. An example of a question that you asked, but you already have the answer.
A question answer like okay, example, a question related to clothing, you know, like fashion.
All right, get to the question.
Okay, I get to the question. Okay, the question is like this, you know, Mr. Green, I asked a question about baggy jeans looks more manlier than skinny jeans. Am I right? And then that person gave out her or his answer to me, but it's different from what I expected.
Okay. Look, when you go into that sing-song tone, sing-song means the tone of your voice, right? Baggy jeans, they look better than straight skinny jeans. That's what I call a sing-song tone. It's a roll. It's kind of joking. I wonder if you have a different question than that. Is there actually a question that you might ask in this group?
In this group, no, I don't have any questions.
You don't have any questions in this group.
This group,
Really?
but yeah, sure. I don't have any question towards anyone in here.
Okay.
But if I ask a question in here,
if you ask a question, so it's hypothetical, but you don't have any questions.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
I'm interrupting your theorizing. You're theorizing. You have a theory. You're kind of grasping at straws because you don't have any questions.
Yeah, I don't have any questions. But if yeah,
It's a
question.
hypothetical. Yeah. All right. What is the hypothetical question you might ask in this group?
Well, actually, I don't understand. What's hypothetical?
Oh, hypothetical means if. Yeah. If I go to the beach, then I might get a sunburn. I didn't go to the beach. I'm not planning on going to the beach. I'm creating I'm creating a theory in my mind about something that I might do and what might happen if I did it. If I did this, then maybe something will happen. So it's hypothetical. It's not actual. It didn't happen, and I don't have an actual plan to do it.
Oh, okay.
Right? Amans, you're breaking up. Your internet's breaking up.
I don't
No.
have
Connection, poor connection.
not connection. Right. Am I good now? I think I'm good. You're not lagging, so I'm good. Okay. Yeah, like what you just said. I might have.
Amans, what did I just say?
Well, I've hypothetical. What's the word?
Hypothetical.
Hypothetical.
Amans, hypothetical is the same root word as hypothesis.
Hypothesis, yeah.
Amans, hold on a second. Let me speak without you interrupting me for a second. All right. A hypothesis is an idea, a theory. When a scientist is working, they create a hypothesis. They say, I don't understand what's going on. Maybe it's this. Maybe this is happening. That's called a hypothesis when a scientist does it. And it's kind of like we're doing casual science when we create a hypothetical. If this, it's the theory, you know? If I go to the beach, then maybe I'll get a sunburn. If I go to work, then maybe I will be tired. If I call her on the phone, then maybe we'll have a great conversation. I'm just creating casual, everyday hypotheses about what I'm doing. Okay.
Yeah.
Back to you, Amans, or back to the group?
Back to the group, yeah.
Okay. Silent subgroup time. Large silent subgroup, people who have not yet spoken at all. I'm not going to name all of you. You know who you are. There's about 35 of you. Any of you want to come in?
Hi, this is Mickey from Vietnam. So first, I'm gonna sum up what Saman just said. So he had the same problem with Miss because I don't remember the name.
Mickey. Mickey.
Yeah.
Are you a vampire? Because you're standing on the ceiling.
Oh no, I'm not. Just my camera is upside down.
Oh.
I don't know how to change it.
You don't know how to change it?
Yeah. So
okay.
Actually, I'm sitting in my room.
Okay. I thought you were a vampire. Go ahead.
So he had the same problem with Miss let me check the name. Fatima. So like in the way he receiving the other answer. Yeah, that's am I right, Saman?
Yeah, you're right, but you forgot another piece. That I said that baggy jeans. I have a question. Baggy jeans are
No,
more
no, 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 no. Leave the baggy jeans out. The baggy jeans, Amans. You didn't follow through with the baggy jeans on me, so leave the baggy jeans out. The important part about the baggy jeans, actually, is that you don't have a question relevant here.
Yeah, true. Yeah, okay, all right, yeah. So you said correct, Mr. Kimmy and Mr. Green. Yeah.
Oh, okay, thanks. So I have a question for you, Mr. James. So I would like to know, like, I would like to learn the way you speak, that the speed of your speaking, the whole speaking, you can maintain your speed. Like sometimes I'm really nervous, so I speak really quickly, or sometimes the words are not just coming. So I just can speak fluently like you and maintain my speak during the speaking. So I want to know how to practice or how to improve it.
Two different things. Getting nervous and not having words. And I say this to everyone because this question comes up a lot. Check with yourself when what's your native language? Pashtun?
No, my native language is Vietnamese.
Excuse me, yeah, you're from Vietnam. When you're speaking Vietnamese, do you ever get nervous?
Sometimes, but just rarely.
Rarely.
Yeah.
And when you're ever speaking Vietnamese, do you ever have an experience where you don't know what to say? The word doesn't come to you.
Yeah, sometimes, but I will have a way to replace that word immediately. Not like in English, I have to stop like 5 seconds so I can think what to say next.
Well, that's not nervousness. Stopping for 5 seconds is stopping for 5 seconds to find the word.
Yeah.
Now, you might get nervous because you're stopping for 5 seconds if you have a belief that you shouldn't do that, or if you have a belief that people don't like you doing that. That has nothing to do with stopping for 5 seconds, and that has everything to do with your beliefs about the meaning of stopping and getting your word.
Yeah, I see.
You do? Oh, good.
Yeah. So like about the other, how to maintain the speed of my whole speaking. Sometimes I speak really
speed?
fast. Yeah.
What's wrong with the speed that you speak?
So I want to practice to improve at the level like you. So
you want to speak like me. Very difficult to speak like me.
No, just the speed. So like I don't know why sometimes I can speak.
You're speaking as quickly as I am right now.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh, so you might have a belief about the speed, and that's understandable because, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's speed. I don't think speed is an issue for you.
Yeah.
You're speaking for me, you're speaking at just the right speed that will make it possible for people to understand you. It's fast enough for people, it's fast enough for people not to be frustrated, but it's slow enough where people will understand. It's a great speed. Nothing wrong with the speed.
Oh, okay, thanks.
You might want to work on other things, like getting off the ceiling.
Okay.
Because that might distract people. If I were talking to you for too long, I might get distracted by you being on the ceiling, and then I would forget what you were saying. That's one thing. The other thing is you might just want to, be more expressive. I'm not saying you're not expressive now. You're very expressive now, but we can all grow, expand our ability to be expressive, including me, right? Like Fatima was saying, if we want to be a good writer, we can read more. And it's true, whenever I read more, I notice the way that I talk becomes more interesting to me. So you might want to become more interesting to yourself, and you could do that in lots of different ways. I don't think it's speed though.
Yeah. Thanks for your advice. Yeah. So that's all. Anyone
Great.
else?
Anyone else who's in the silent subgroup who wants to say something? Yeah, Mai Tung An in Vietnam. Go ahead. Welcome.
Okay, so I have a question for you that actually my grammar is not so good, and every time I write a sentence, write an English sentence, I have always have to check my grammar is right or wrong, and I know that if we, for example, like we're going in TV and they will ask us a question by English, and now we haven't prepared anything. So how could we say how could we say the correctly grammar?
Okay, Mai Tung, welcome. It's your first time here, right? I think this is the first time I'm meeting you, that's for sure. I don't know, maybe you've been watching our videos, but this is the first time I'm meeting you, and you'd like to know, you have an idea that there's something wrong with your grammar. You said your grammar is not very good and you have to check it.
Yeah, and so my grammar's not good because actually I've read a lot of books about grammar, but like it's not helped me a lot.
Yeah.
And
can I ask you something? How do you know your grammar is not good?
actually, my grammar is
What? You cut out there. Your grammar is what?
is very bad when I do grammar homework. Actually,
Yeah. How? Yeah. So good and bad are relative. So I'm asking you, how do you know? Did you know? Yeah. Are you comparing yourself to somebody?
I just
You're playing with your microphone. Don't play with your microphone, because I can't hear you. What? Actually, what?
Actually, actually my grammar is not good because when I do grammar homeworks or when I talk in English, I always have grammar mistake.
Oh, how do you know you have grammar mistakes? Because your teacher told you?
It's not teacher.
Not a teacher.
It's sister, and
you're coming in and out. I can't hear you. It's Mr. what?
It's my sister. And
your sister. Oh, your sister. Okay. Your sister is telling you that you have many grammar mistakes. Now, it's true, you have some mistakes. I'm talking to you and you make some mistakes. And maybe you want your grammar to be better than it is. Okay. You want to improve your grammar and you want to know how. Let me ask you something. How old are you? You're coming in and out. I can't hear you. You're what?
I'm 10 years old.
10. Okay. You have some time. It's really a useful time. You have not, I don't know if they teach you about this, but you have not yet reached puberty. As long as you're studying English before you reach puberty, you will learn like Superman. You will learn grammar like Superman.
Yes,
so,
but
yes, but no buts allowed here. You asked me a question. Here comes the answer. That's the punishment for asking a question, is that I will answer you. If you want to learn grammar, then just keep doing what you're doing, because you're learning English brilliantly.
Oh, yes.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Surprises, learnings, satisfactions, dissatisfactions, discoveries, next moves. Last 5 minutes. For anybody who is unfamiliar, this is a section of my class where we wrap up, we close the work, and we kind of review the important points to us with something that was surprising, something that we learned, something we liked, something we did not like, something new that we discovered, or something that we want to do after the class, as a result of the class, something, a next move or next step that we want to do to put our study into its next phase. Anybody have one? A surprise or a learning?
Hi everyone, it's me, Alberto Pombal. I'm satisfied because I'm satisfied and a little bit surprised because for the first time that in this group, I see and I listen to a teenager talking in the group. So it is very good because we have this platform just to learn, to improve our English, and congratulations for him. His name is May. Yeah, congratulations for May because he can speak very well. I can understand him. Yes, for me, it's so satisfied.
Yeah, actually, Alberto, not a
Yeah.
teenager. Actually, once we become a teenager, it's a little different. He's an adolescent, 10, 11, 12, still an adolescent. It's younger than a teenager. Preteen.
Okay,
Preteen is younger, usually before puberty, much easier to learn language as an adolescent.
Okay, thank you, James. So, anyone else?
Yeah, and Alberto, I just want to echo that. You're right. The group is changing. There are more right in the last few days. We saw a whole bunch of adolescents in the group, and it is encouraging. It's great. I love seeing some adolescents come here, want to be here. Wonderful. Any other surprises, learnings?
This is Eric. I have a learning, and it was that the fact that or a way to improve our speaking is to listen. So I think that's my learning that I hear about of you. That's all. Anyone else?
It's me, Aman.
Yeah, this is Muqaddas from Afghanistan. I was wondering how to improve my writing skills. That today in this group, I learned that I should improve my reading skills so that I can write well in English language. So from now on, I'm going to read more books to improve my writing skills. Thank you.
This is Aman. I would like to say something. That is, I'm satisfied to be speaking in English with Mr. Green, especially, and with everyone in here.
All right, great, everyone. So that was my class, and now I'm passing over to our next teacher for today. We've got Siamak Joya teaching a class of mixed level discussion, and I'm going to just introduce him. Pardon me a moment while I bring that up.
Hi.
Siamak Joya is from Siamak Joya. Hi, 1 second. Siamak Joya is from Afghanistan. He pursued his higher education in the field of English language teaching and literature while he was a sophomore. Back in 2017, he started teaching English at an English education center in Mazar-e-Sharif, Afghanistan. He taught English for 1 year at that center. Then he started teaching at a private school. After the Taliban's domination back in mid-August 2021, he left the school and joined Amaj News Agency. He's right now the senior translator of the media outlet, and besides that, he produces tutorial products regarding English learning. Recently, he met Mr. James Green online and joined his online language school, and is right now chairing a mixed level speaking class. Siamak, over to you.
Thanks very much, Mr. James, for introduction. Hello everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Thanks very much. For coming an hour, we're going to have a conversation class, a mixed level conversation class. We're going to talk about how books can impact the way that we think. And as we all know, that learning a language is somehow, it is learning the way that people in specific language think about things. And we can learn this way of thinking by reading books, by watching movies, by interacting with people in that specific community. So I chose just one of these aspects about books. And today we are going to talk about books and their effects, the way that we learn a language, specifically English language. So I'm going to start with one of you right now. I'm so eager to start with Aman, because in last session, when I was talking to Aman had some internet connection problem. So it will be a great opportunity to talk to Aman right now. Aman, if you're ready, how are you?
Me, Aman? Yeah, I am ready.
Okay, that's great, Aman. Aman, I know you're participating in this online class, and as you said, you have participated over 100 times in this class. Have you ever read books to learn English language or to boost your skills in English?
I have read books. I've read books such as novel
books.
When I was in high school, any novel books, but the novel book that I like the most is a genre of a novel books that I like the most is science fiction or science fantasy.
Sci-fi books.
I have to read that out a lot.
Okay.
And but when I was a kid, but when I was a kid, it was a different book. I didn't read novel when I was a kid. When I was 3 years old, 4 years old, I reading a book, a kid's book, like a simple kind of book, like Peter and Jane, and a kid's book where you learn to say, like, that's a TV. Peter is watching a TV, and Peter goes to school. I read that a lot with my grandmother. My grandmother were beside me, and yeah, she, as I read the book, she correct me if I did something wrong while reading off the book. And yeah, so after that, I read a lot of novels.
Okay, great. Amant, have you encountered the situation when you were reading the books that you said, okay, there is a structure in this particular language, which is a little strange to me. I've encountered this situation a lot. For example, in reading collocations in English language, I've encountered lots of collocations that we are saying these words in our own language in a different way. Then I came to conclusion and I said, yes, these people that are talking in this specific language, they're thinking a little bit different than us. Have you encountered such situations? And have you said, yes, they are thinking a little bit different because I know they are thinking differently because they are writing books in a different situation. You got my question.
If I encounter a situation where the book is trying to say something that is different from what I read, what something
The
about
structures, the structures are different than you are familiar in your own language. Yes, that's right.
Oh yeah, the structure. I mean the sentence, how they arrange the this word. I counter this kind of situation like how you asked Adam, where the structure is so different from my own native language. Example like in a book, a novel book that I read, the structure of the language is so different. In my native language, we don't say I like to eat chicken. We say I eat chicken. I mean,
you do not use usually like, yeah.
Yeah, I usually like that. So it's really different. But you read a lot of novel English book, you get used to the structure of the English language that are in the novel that you are reading there. And as more and more you read it out, you get more familiar, and and it becomes something like not a problem for you anymore for being weird of the structure there in the English novel book that you found.
Amant, you think by reading books and interacting with people, you can get that habit to think like that people.
Hold on. What was that? I cannot hear you clearly. There was
Sorry. I said you can suppose that by reading books and interacting with people, talking with different people from different communities, especially speaking English spoken countries, talking with them. You think that with these activities that you do, you read books, you interact with people, talk with them, you see movies, finally you can change the way you think.
It changed the way I think.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, change the way I think. When I read a book, different book, watching English movie, it changed also. It completely changes my, how to call it, attitude. It changed the brains, how to express emotion out to anyone. You want them to understand what you're feeling, and it completely changes all your attitude in when you are talking in English by watching movies, reading the novel, and all sort like that. Some sort like that.
Okay, that's very great. Would you please say one of these books that had really a big impact on you in your life?
One of these books that really give impact to my life. That really give impact to my life is a book about because all of it, the book that I read, that I read is a fantasy kind of book, sci-fi fantasy. I think it's I'm not sure. Maybe yeah, Star Wars.
Star Wars. Okay, great. Thanks, Amans, for talking. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to talk to Mommy from. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Mommy from India. Since I know the people in India, they're according to some statistics, they
Are you
really
saying
read a
about
lot
Moonmi?
books.
Moonmi,
I'm sorry.
Joya,
Yeah,
Moonmi.
Moonmi. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
My name.
Okay.
It's Moonmi.
yeah.
M-U-N-M-I, Moonmi. Yeah,
Oh,
thank you.
sorry. Sorry
Fine.
about that.
It
Okay.
is fine, fine. It's all right, fine.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. According, I was saying that according to some statistics, people. Oh, sorry, Richard. Please. Yeah. People are reading media a lot than other countries. Let's talk about the situation of studying books in
Ordinaire
India.
Babaji. Ordinaire Babaji. Babaji.
I'm not able
Ricardo,
to hear.
plus. Ricardo, please. Mute yourself. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you again.
Yeah.
According to statistics, the studying rate is higher than some other countries in Asia, in India. And now, people, about yourself, how's your relationship with books? And do you usually read books in English? If you read in English, how do you read the books in English to boost your skills? Because I'm asking you this question. There are friends that they really want to know, they may want to know how we can use reading skill and boost our other skills by reading.
Okay. I won't say about others, but I can say about myself.
Okay,
Though we
about
all,
yourself.
I mean, yes, Indian
About
people love
yourself.
to read, but yeah, different to people from different to person to person, it will be different
PlayStation
perspective.
5 or like with stick.
What's that?
Huh? Huh?
Can you please mute the person?
Jessica, please mute yourself. I'm going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I think, yeah, I find, I mean, the reading book is a great beneficial for all the skills like speaking and writing, as well as reading, then also for understanding. And I prefer to read English novel. This is my personal choice. I don't enjoy reading my books in my mother tongue. And I have been reading since childhood, and it has positive effect, and yes, it changes our thinking too, like you said. Suppose I am reading Socrates, then I think like Socrates, and yeah, I mean,
Yes.
there is some, you know, I am reading Paul Coelho's book, I think like him. I'm reading Salman Rushdie's, then yeah, so yes, I go with that flow, but yeah.
Okay.
But then again, but again,
yeah, I'm
I
afraid.
tried.
I'm afraid that some Muslims there may say that if you think like Salman Rushdie, we may boycott you. Okay, just joking. Anyways, continue,
Yeah.
please.
Okay. No, then again, I have my own understanding. I evaluate
Yes.
everyone's. Then I stick to my understanding.
Yeah, that's right.
And yes, it enhances, definitely it enhances vocabulary, phrases, how we express in you know, English language. And different writers also have different ways of expressing.
Say Ugu, please. Say Ugu. Ugu, Onichon. Ugu?
One question. Can we talk about the topic of monkeypox?
Then, not right now because the class is not about that. Okay.
Can I
we're
continue?
Okay, I'm saying something else. In my language, native language, I mean Persian, we usually do not say I broke my leg or I broke my hand. We usually do not say something
Would you
like
please
that. Okay.
Would you please repeat? I mean, someone was
Okay.
calling me and I couldn't hear you.
Okay. I just want to say, in my native language, in Persian, we usually do not say I broke my leg, but in English it's a structure that people usually say I broke my leg, or they usually say I don't know, I broke my hand, something like this. They usually say I broke it, but we usually do not say something like this. If we change this one into English, it would be something like that. My hand or my leg has been broken. No, something like this. We do not usually say I did something like this. It's the way I think that people think about a language that the speakers think. You think so? Have you ever surprised when you're reading the novels, for example, and you encounter such issues?
Yeah, sometimes yeah, I was surprised with the I mean idioms that kick the bucket. Okay, kick the bucket. Someone has kicked the bucket, so I was really thinking like what is this that kick the bucket? Or I was hearing in vineyard. I didn't know what does that mean, but later, yeah, I mean this is something really interesting, and that's what beauty is of. That is the beauty of English language. I mean something totally different. We can't we can't imagine in our local language that this might mean the in a totally different meaning.
Yes.
And that is the beauty. Yes.
Okay. And the beauty. And do you enjoy when you read a book, or do you feel that right now you're really exploring something? Sometimes it is something.
Yes, didn't understand. Can you please repeat?
Okay.
Breaking up.
I said when you're reading new structures, you enjoy it, and you think with yourself that I'm really exploring something. It is totally something unknown for me, and right now I have explored this one.
Yes, definitely, and that is a great enjoyment. And I try to use it immediately in my expression so that I don't forget in future. I note it down and I try to use repeatedly as much as possible. And the same thing I use in my classroom also, so that because the more I involve my students with those new vocabularies and idioms, I would also be habitual with using those expressions. Yeah.
Okay, that's really nice. And as I
Can we address what's going on?
Yes.
Siamak, sorry to interrupt, but
no.
I don't. Can we address what's going on, because I just don't know if you realize it. There's a person in the group who is playing around with videos and showing videos of you and Frida. I didn't know if you see that.
Oh yes, yes now.
Yes,
So
I see that.
Ugu, please.
What's that?
Please say Ugu.
Make me.
Oh my God, I really do not know.
Would you either make me host or?
Okay, I really do not know how to. I'll make you host. Just a second, please.
Okay. So
say Ugu, please say Ugu, Onichan.
I don't know how you want to deal with it, Siamak. You want me to just remove them, or?
Okay, would you please remove them? I think.
Sure.
Okay. I think I'm just the co-host. I'm not the host.
I didn't know if you wanted to talk to them.
No.
Okay.
They're just in charge. Okay.
Sorry.
Thanks. Thanks very much. Okay, I'm going to continue.
Okay.
All these noises, some. Okay, as a final question, I want to ask you, would you please recommend some of the books that you think these are some books can be from a level from easy to some advanced levels, and our students here, they may read these books.
Okay, so I don't know about the levels, but some books I enjoy reading, like I mostly enjoy reading fiction. Please.
Okay.
Stop for a while. Stop for a while. I'm talking. Okay. So I like on psychology book like Body Language, and then Mind, Body and Spirit by Osho, and then but Everything is Fucked by Mark Manson, the subtle art of not giving a fuck, and then positive, the power of positive thinking. This type of books I really enjoy reading. And apart from that, fiction, novels I love to read. I love to read Salman Rushdie also, Paul Coelho's book, and there are some Indian writers also. I enjoy reading them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
And
Thanks
I
for
think every
participating.
book, yes, and I think every book gives you some knowledge, not a
Yeah,
particular book.
That's quite right. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks very much for participating. Okay. Let's talk to one of our teachers here. I'm sorry.
Goku and Fornike.
What's going on? I read through that. Okay. Let's talk to Farida. Farida, how are you doing? From Indonesia.
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, that's really good. Farida, I know you're teaching English. Let's talk about the power of reading in the learning language process. Now, it's a process, but we can somehow boost the skills by reading. Let's talk about your own experience. Do you have any experience? And how do you address your classes about reading?
Your voice is a bit breaking up, to be honest, and I cannot clearly hear you. Would you please to repeat?
Okay.
Yes.
I want to repeat. Now you have my voice loud and clear?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. I said you're teaching English right now. And how do you teach this reading skill? How do you recommend your students to read books? And which books usually do you recommend?
The book that I recommend for them to read, the book that they like. It doesn't matter what genre, what kind of that book they want to choose, as long as they like them, choose that book. And the second one, always start with a small one.
Okay.
Right? Always start with a small step. Don't, even though you like the book, choose like something that you can finish. Give a timeline, like I want to finish the book for a week. So start small.
Okay, that's nice. In your own classes, do you have experience that some of your students they cannot speak, they cannot talk? The only ways that they will learn English is just reading. Have you encountered such students?
Yeah, they do. I've seen some people that have a good passive English. They have a good level of understanding and comprehension, but they just doesn't have that. They haven't come to that stage yet to express themselves. So nothing wrong with that. Just need practice.
Yeah, that's right. What about yourself? As you are from Indonesia, but English is your not native language. How did you learn English? Were you interested in this reading part, reading books? If yes, how did it help you?
I don't like reading.
Oh.
I push myself to sit to half an hour every day to expose myself to English, because this is kind of a requirement, a basic requirement in our country. If you speak other language like English is lingua franca, it will be, yes, it will add more value to yourself. So if I don't catch that value, I would be left behind. So that's how I push myself, because I don't want to be the one that the leftover or left behind that has not had value. Yes, thank you.
So you're considering English as a must, as something that you must learn.
Hola, what the fuck? No hablo taca-taca.
Okay, thanks for that for talking. Thank you.
Anytime.
Okay, I really do not know what these people that they're talking. I really do not know which language they're talking. Anyways, I'm looking for Nani, if Nani is here or not. Okay. She will be back. That's really scary. Okay. Okay, now it's I think good. Let's talk to Nani. Nani, I think you're back. I was calling you. How are you doing? Nani? I was talking to you.
Sorry, I just returned to my position here. Yeah. What is it, Joya?
Okay, I called you several
Sorry.
times. Okay, no problem.
Oh, you didn't see me. I'm not here because I'm going to the kitchen.
Okay, sorry.
I'm an open camera, so you can see me is in the room or out somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Nani, I know you're teaching English as well. At least I know you're an instructor. How do you focus on this reading part?
In my class or for myself?
Okay, in your class, I really want to know about
in
your
my class,
experience.
we have specific reading books by Patterson. I apply UK curriculum in my school, and like I have an experience when I was in Australia. Every kid try to read one book per week, then try to summarize the book, then tell in the class. So what the book about? It is like an obligation for them. And I try to apply here. The problem is the source of the book I've been looking for is not to be thick, not to be like this one, not like a novel one, but quite slim. That just one simple story about animal, about any hobby, about gardening, about any. That simple, they're able to express by their own sentence in English, vocabulary.
In some classes, some of the teachers, I've seen that one. In some classes, some of the teachers, they teach specific books. For example, you can see these specific books in the market, like I really don't know, some of the books you may see them in the market, and they are about reading. You think it's a good strategy to teach specific books, or we should say to students that they should find the books that they really want to read, not that specific books. Like a book can be boring for someone, can be interesting for other one.
No, in my curriculum, I don't ask students to do that, except if they have their own, they show me to the class. This is very good book, Miss Nani. Can we use then share something? Yeah, I allow them. But most our reading from Pearson's book, they are complete, so I don't need an extra for them to buy. Just I give them a topic reading from the book, then try to understand reading comprehension or summarize kind of story. They're able. Focus most on the upper intermediate to advanced level.
Okay, okay, that's nice.
Yeah, specific.
About your experience, I want to ask you. I really do not know about your native language. That can be Indonesian. I really do not know.
Indonesian.
Yeah, Indonesian, but you know, I cannot speak Indonesian. But I'm pretty sure that you may have encountered some of these brand new structures. Have you encountered this kind of structures? And you said, yes, we do not have these kind of things in Indonesian language. That can be idiom, that can be some of the collocations, that can be some of these phrasal verbs, some phrases or other things.
Yeah, it's exactly. There are some similar by meaning, but by the structure, they're totally different. Especially Indonesian don't use tenses.
In Indonesian language, do you say make a friend? Because we do not say in Persian make a friend.
No, in Indonesia we said have friend.
Have friend, yeah. In Persian we will say find friend.
Find friend.
That's totally strange.
That sometimes mess up when we use bilingual in our brain with no control. That's why I train a lot of my students. You are speaking English, not bahasa. So control on this track, not this track.
I brought up this topic because of that. You know, some of the my own students, when they start speaking, they start translating everything in their mind. You know, when they say I want to make friend, they usually say I want to find some friends.
To find friends.
I say this totally strange, and that's why I say.
I remember when James did some correction to Aman. The way Aman express is not the English way to express. If it smile, but that's the correct one. What James corrected to Aman. Yeah, that's the correct English one. But simple things sometimes we didn't realize. We already just enjoy. This is the way by brain talk. This is the way to express it. Because I've used my own language, my mother tongue. This is the way I told it, but exactly in English, totally different.
Okay, that's really nice.
That's more collocation actually. I have thick book, collocation dictionary, complete Oxford. I have rhyme books. I have dictionary by Oxford, all by Oxford. I really like something from UK.
That's nice. And you're saying that the ones who are learning language right now, they must. It's not something like must. It's something that I say must. No, they learn collocations because collocations will help them to.
It is important,
yeah.
When I come to the grammar things to collocation, I make different kind of activity they enjoy. Sometimes they mess up. Which one with make, which one with have, which one with the go, which one with the do. Especially make and do, totally different.
Yeah, they are.
Make mistake a lot.
Yeah, and sometimes even baffles me. You know, when I read these things. Just one more thing. How do you say to your students in your own class to stop translating everything in their mind? Stop translating from your native language. Just
that's a great question, Joya.
Yeah.
I did that one a lot because I found they translate for when they try to express the answer. They try to use bahasa first and they translate one by one words. And then sometimes they follow Google. That's exactly mess up with the translation. I know. I said, don't use it. I trained them by the Cambridge system. I trained them to understand meaning by the text, especially from intermediate to up. But the other student, lower level, I told them to use specific idiom to express something rather than translate in your own language. They're mixed up.
Yes. Okay. Yes, that's really nice. Thanks, Nani. Thanks for these tips. You know, the tips are really vital.
My pleasure.
Let's talk to Julia. Julia, if you have my voice, how are you? Okay. I think Julia is not here. Let's talk to Claudette Hernandez.
Hernandez.
Hernandez. I'm really sorry. You know, sometimes I really have problem pronouncing the names. I'm sorry.
That's why we're here, to learn.
Okay. Thanks. How are you today?
I'm doing fine. Thank you.
Okay.
For
Thank
asking.
you very much.
Hello, everybody.
It's my first time.
Hi, Claudette.
Hi, Nani.
Okay,
Yes.
Claudette.
Question?
Claudette, do you know the topic? I really do not know your native language. Maybe it is French. I really do not know.
No, my language is Mexican. Okay, Spanish. I'm from Mexico. Yes.
Okay, you're speaking Spanish.
Yeah, I
Okay.
speak Spanish. A little French. Yeah.
Although Spanish and English, they may have some common roots because they can be near together, you know, in the European languages. They have, but there are many other aspects that you people in Spain. Sorry, I really do not know what's that noise. Okay, you people in Spain may find it a little bit strange. Have you read books or have you encountered the situations and you found that it is really strange to you?
Yes, well, the roots from Spanish, French, Italian, they are different roots, Latin roots, by the way. And in English is more about German, about the other kind of roots. And so, yes, it's quite difficult some students to have some pronunciation of the words. Like I can see with my students when they pronounce the TH with the th and the v, okay, the vibration, voiceless and no voiceless sounds, yeah. And it's quite difficult to face those kind of words and sounds that they are quite complicated for them to pronounce, and especially the ed with the t and ed, okay, the past tense of the verbs, they have a lot of difficulties. Is that the question you were asking me, Roger?
I asked you, have you encountered the structures that really baffle you?
Oh, the structures.
Yeah,
Okay.
the structures.
Yeah, I don't know other languages, but in Spanish, so we have like the adjectives, it comes after the noun, and that kind of different ways. For example, when it says it's a red dress, and we in Spanish we say is vestido rojo, so we put it on the other way around. So first is the noun, and then we have the adjective describe or the structure.
And
Spanish.
English could be difficult for a Spanish speaker to learn, or
Yeah.
not?
Yes, it is quite difficult for them. Yes, because the structure is completely different. We don't structure the same way. Even when we ask the questions, okay, when we ask questions, we don't use modal auxiliaries. When we ask questions in Spanish, we only use the verbs. We don't use modal auxiliary like do, does, and the verb to be, am, is, and are, or will, the modal auxiliary.
How's it possible to make questions without these auxiliaries?
Because we have the verbs in the verb, the conjugation of the verbs is understood. For example, like we talk about different endings, like in French, like in Italian, like, I don't know, what language do you speak, Joya? What language do you speak?
Persian. Speak Persian.
Persian, okay. And do you have modal auxiliaries?
In English, sometimes, yes, we have some of these things. We bring, like English, we bring at the beginning of sentences.
Okay. No, that's interesting. Okay. Yes, so we don't. In Spanish, we don't use modal auxiliaries.
Okay.
But the
then it could
intonation
be-
and the conjugation of the verbs is the way we understand that is a question.
Okay. But reading books, you know, that can be somehow difficult to you. When I say to you, I mean to Spanish speakers. That can be difficult as well. When they have a different language, when they read a language which is quite different, it can be somehow difficult to them, or not?
Yes, 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 reading, most of the people, my students, they don't like reading. The part of the reading books, they don't have that habit, that culture for reading too much. Nowadays, it's changing a little bit more. But before, it was so complicated. Let me just talk about like 20 years ago or maybe 30 years ago, we didn't have that culture about reading books. That was very American culture to read books, but now the time has changed a lot, and now we are having that habit to read a book, not only for the school, but also for having some hobby or pastime, enjoying the time to read and acquire more knowledge. And I find that reading books is quite interesting, because you not only learn to read or it modifies your habits, modify many things, because it's an inspiration, motivation. Like there are some books that they get you can acquire a lot of knowledge through the books.
Okay, that's nice. And since the basics of your language is different, I'm asking the questions in a way. Yeah, since they're different, when we talk in a language, I think we are talking like the way we are thinking. Okay. Since the basics of your language is different, it means you're thinking differently than Brits or than Americans. When you read the books, you think that you're exploring the way that Americans think or the way that Brits think?
That's a kind of question. I would say that every language, they have the unique way, and we experience many different, it doesn't matter the language, it matters about the way that the book is introduced. And yes, because we were reading, I remember we were reading a book called, what was the name of that book? And we were discussing in the United States, also in Mexico, and they have the perception about it was almost the same. So it's not about the language, it's more about the book that you want to get the, raise the point. Yes, but the structure and everything is, when they have the translation, they miss some parts. Like, for example, the book is just lunch in English, and then they come the translation into Spanish. And there are some parts that they are modified according to the culture that we have in our country. So yes, probably there are many books that they're expanding. So the translation, they have to modify according to the culture. I would say that.
Okay, okay. Really nice. Really, it was really nice talking to you, and thanks for the information.
Thank you.
Back to your language.
Back to the group. Thank
you. Thanks very much. Okay, let's talk to other friends from different areas. I really want to talk to Ahmad from Syria. Ahmad, how are you doing today?
Good morning, Siamat. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks very much. Actually, this evening here, I really do not know if it's morning in Syria or not.
Actually, I can't follow you. Can you repeat your question, please?
Okay, I said it is not morning here, it's evening. Anyways, thanks.
In Mexico, it's morning. In Syria, is it morning? Is it morning?
No, actually here in this country, meaning the 4 p.m.
Okay.
5 p.m.
Yes.
Yes.
Evening. It's evening, I think. Okay.
Yes.
Anyways, let's talk about an overall cultural issue in Syria. Syrian read books or not?
Yes, there are a lot of the writer here in this country, reading the book and writing the book. That's all. But for me, actually, don't have the free time to read the book or writing the book.
Okay. So right now you're learning English. You have started to learn English, and in recent weeks you're teaching English as well. You don't read books in English.
Yes, sure. I hear you. Your question, go ahead.
I said you have started to learn English, and in recent weeks you have started a class as well to teach English. You don't read books.
Not a little, a little bit. Sometimes if you have the rest on the weekend, if I have the free time, I read the book. The difference book, there isn't any specific the book to reading it, but in the general, if you're preferring the story or a novel or something like this, I can read. But about the learn English by the read story or read the book, specific or personally, I don't have the free time to read a lot of the book or a lot of the time to read the book to learn English. Just I follow the one way to learn English and I develop myself in this space, on this case, making the difference for friends to connected with him every day to speaking English, and join the call and the difference call to speaking and practicing English with the different people to catch the different accent in my join. So that's all for me. That's my why to. That's why I prefer it to learn English. Not just sometimes if I read the book, maybe that's created the opposite and the boring to me, and I am left this group. I left this book, and I don't progress anything in my English language. I prefer to practice English with the different people.
Okay,
it's
with
my
different
way.
people. Okay, that's your way to not to read books, but speak to people, interaction. That's really a nice way. But there are some of the students, but in your classes you may encounter, because right now you're starting to teach students, you may encounter they do not learn. They will learn something from speaking when you're talking to them. They will learn something when you show movies or other things, but they just learn things a lot through these books. How do you deal with them?
Actually, my vision about your question, every teacher have a specific why to teach his class or her class.
Yes.
And every way to learn English, if you have the one purpose, is correct, is not wrong. If you follow the way to develop your English and eventually you can speak English, that's meaning your way is corrected, is not wrong. So for me, if you give any person to learn something, I give me focusing on my vision, because I follow this vision in the past. Now I can speak English. So I give the student my vision because I see this vision is correct. So every person, every teacher can follow this vision. I mean his vision or her vision. So because he is follow or she was following this vision, and eventually he can speaking at the present, and now he can speak, So everybody give another person, another body, focusing on her vision or his vision. That's all.
Okay, thanks very much. Thanks, Ahmed, for having you here. Since we have just 10 minutes left, we're going to talk to some other friends. Thank you for participating. Mai is a reason is hand. How are you, Mai? Do you have my voice, Mike?
Oh, can you ask the question again? Because your sound is very small.
Okay. Mike, do you read books?
Yeah, I love to read books, and actually I love to read books, and actually I like to read book of history the most because because I like history.
Oh, nice. You want to be a historian?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay. You don't read novel books, Mike?
I also fantastic, and also read a lot of books.
Okay. Mike, can you name one of these books that you have read? Can you name?
A book about history. I've read I read.
I think we do not have your voice, Mike. Okay. I think we have internet connection problem. Thank you, Mike. I think we do not have your voice. Thanks. Let's go to one of our other friends here. Azita from Iran.
Yes.
Hazel Kuchan, please. Okay, Azita, how are you?
Nice. I'm not bad, thank goodness. And you? I hope all of you are fine.
Okay, thanks very much. Azita, if you're in Iran or out of Iran, I really do not know. But about the reading culture in Iran, do people read books a lot or not?
Actually, it depends on people. We don't have a certain statistic about it. Yeah, it's not clear, but it depends on people and their situation. In my opinion, it's okay. People love reading, and yeah, but sometimes some people say no, it's not enough for us, and we have to follow it better. Yeah, that's it. In my country.
One of the poets in Iran said the people they do not usually read books in this country. Whenever they read books, they just read religious books. Is that right? The people are really interested in religious books.
No, I don't think so. About religious book, I don't agree at all, because if some religious people, if they read some religious book, I think they have to think better. But I didn't see this situation, not at all. I don't think so. Even they don't read their holy book, holy book, even Quran.
Okay.
About
You're
it, I'm not. Maybe some just reading, not understanding. Yeah, sometimes some religious person. But about religions, no. Our government, they are religious government, and they spread a lot of religious book in high school, in elementary school, even in university. But actually, a student don't pay attention to those kind of book. It's just kind of expenses. It's not used. Yeah. It's not functional.
Yeah, so you're saying that people really considering the books like mathematics, physics, the books relating to science, applied science, yes?
Yeah, as I told you, it depends on people and their culture and their family. I have some friends, and they studied the bestseller books in the world, and they can find them, and they study them. Actually, they up to date their knowledge based on release some new books in the world. It depends on people. Yeah. For example, for me, I'm very, actually I can say I'm bookworm. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice to hear.
It's my nature. I think it's my nature. And when I was a student in elementary school, I think I get this. I got this habit. Yeah. It depends on people.
Okay, nice. Since you said you're a bookworm, what kind of books you read usually? Do you read books to improve your English as well?
Actually, it depends on the situation. Sometimes when before I being as a mom, most of books was about psychology, maybe, and maybe history, and even cooking and something like that. But nowadays, by internet, you know, it's accessible for everybody. I prefer study, reading some books about my son training, and most of the time, actually, I prefer reading. Actually, not reading. Audiobook is my favorite thing because I can do some. For example, when I'm cooking, I can listen to this book and I can concentrate. I don't have any problem. Some people maybe complain about it. It's difficult for us focus this kind of book, but for me it's okay, and I prefer when I do some house chores, I listen over this kind of books, and when I'm working out and exercising, I prefer listen to audiobook, and it's my favorite thing, and it's very.
And you listen to audiobooks in English language or in Persian? In English.
No, Persian language. Actually, I think I'm not good at in English language. I'm beginner in this case, and for reading only some story for kids, I studied them because I'm not advanced in this language for reading some novel, some book. They are complex. Yeah, they maybe the grammar is high and developed and something like that, advanced. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Azita, for participating. Since we have 3 minutes, I'm going to talk
Thanks
to
for your
one of other
question.
friends. Okay, thanks very much.
Running the session. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Julia, if you have my voice, please unmute yourself. Let's talk. Julia, do you have my voice? Okay. I think Julia is not here. Anyways, let's talk to one of other friends here, Rahman. How are you, Rahman?
I'm good. Hi, Sian.
Mi amor. Oh, me vengo.
I really do not know who are these people. They're shouting, swearing. Okay, Rahman, let's talk about books. Do you read books while learning English, while teaching English?
This is a tough one. My participants are here. They'll be like, "Oh, Teacher Rahman, read books," but I'll take it away. I have a habit whereby, for me to read a book, it must be eye-catching, and I love to follow the back of the book, the storyline. If it's interesting, I'll go for it. But most times I do not finish the entire book.
Oh, qué rico!
Okay.
Sorry, Rahman. I really do not know the words. I really do not know how to control them. Okay, sorry about that.
Most times I read a book, but I don't finish. So what I do is I summarize a book because I know I have a weakness in reading all of it. So what I'll do is I'll read halfway, then summarize the other, or maybe just get a globe of it, and yeah. But it's interesting because it is very value adding, and I encourage others out there to read. Yeah.
Okay. Rahma, since we do not have much time, just 1 minute left, I just want to ask you one more question, and then I will say goodbye to all. A book that you think has impacted your life. Just this question answer. And
It was a book by Memoirs of a Mother. I can't tell the author, but I read it in my secondary class, and it was called Memoirs of a Mother. A very interesting book that I would advise anyone out there to look up to. Yeah. Memoirs of a Mother, Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. It is a very famous book, very informative. Yeah.
Okay, so Trevor Noah, that's right there. Thanks very much. Thank you very much all for participating in this class. It was really nice talking to you all, especially the knowledge that you offered and provided me with the knowledge about reading books and different books in your own interest. Thanks very much. It was my class and it's finished. Thanks.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Siamak. Thank you,
Thank you.
Siamak.
Yes,
Thanks a lot, Joya.
Thank you,
Thank
Siamak.
you.
Let's move to Ali Shafiq, I think. Is that correct, Ali Shafiq? That's your class now?
Yes.
Ali Shafaq. Okay, let me introduce Ali Shafaq from Afghanistan, a bachelor graduated of the economics, study English as a second language, mostly by self-learning method. He doesn't have teaching experience, but so interesting to be English teacher and help other English learners. Welcome, Ali Shafaq, over to you.
Thank you, Ahmed. Hello, everyone. Good evening from my side. This is Ali Shafaq, and in this class we
Your
have
volume, Alicia Fack, is very low. Okay, can you modify?
Okay.
Thank you.
How is it now? Claudette?
Much clearer. Yeah, thank
Is
you.
it audible? Thank you. Okay. So we have a topic in here today. We will talk about the topic, but during the class, if you want to change the topic and you desire to change it, you can ask during the class, and we can change the topic and talk about other things. So do you hear me, guys?
Your voice is not loud enough.
Do you hear me, guys? How is it now? Ahmad, do you hear me?
I can hear you.